What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi and welcome back to Courtside Financial. Today we're going to be talking about UXIN's earnings report that came out at the end of last week, and we're also going to be talking about NIO's July delivery numbers. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos. Make sure you hit the like button because it really does go a long way in helping out the channel. And lastly, if you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click the link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. When you open up your new brokerage account, you'll receive one free stock valued anywhere from $2.50 to $250. And when you make that initial deposit of $100 or more, you'll receive another free stock, and this free stock will be valued anywhere from $8 to $1,600. Lastly, cryptocurrency is now available on WeBull, so you can trade cryptocurrency on the platform with zero commission. Okay, so let's start this off with UXIN's fourth quarter and fiscal year for 2021. Report that was released on July 30th. So UXIN this time around for the quarter ending March 31st sold 1,719 cars compared to the quarter before where they sold 2,317 cars and just over 83 cars the year prior. So I'm not too concerned about the year prior because they completely changed their business model around inventory owning, no more offline sales, straight to consumer, etc. Of course, there's going to be a decline in sales year over year until things really take off under this new business model. What is, however, concerning is that sales dipped almost 26% quarter over quarter when you run the numbers. However, putting things into context again, January and February tend to be the slowest months for car sales, so is it really that concerning? Question to ask yourself. Revenue this time around was $29.9 million compared to $49.9 million the quarter prior, and about $16 million in the same quarter last year. I don't think these numbers need much explanation, but first of all, they sold less cars in a slower quarter than the quarter prior, and there's a decrease of about $10 million. That's expected. It's a slower quarter for the industry. But what really stands out here is that the business, as promised, is actually becoming more and more profitable. A year ago, they sold way more cars, but this time around, they sold less and are bringing in more revenue. We'll get a better understanding of this when we get to the margins here in just a second. Gross margin, so gross margin for the quarter was 4.6% positive. Last quarter was amazing. I believe the gross margin went positive at 2.9%. A year ago in the same quarter, it was negative 6.6%. So this earnings is looking pretty good so far to me. The company is tracking right and becoming more profitable. Their bigger quarters should really do good numbers with higher margins. The loss from operations also tells a bit of a story here because it's narrowing in a quarter where they sold fewer cars than the quarter prior. This quarter, UXIN lost $20 million. The quarter prior, they lost $26.73 million. The year before, the same quarter, they lost about $315 million. So they're really starting to turn things around and stop the bleeding, which is good to see. Here are the highlights from the last 12 months. I'll just go through this very briefly. Transaction volume was 10,566 units for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2021, compared to 83,037 units for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2020. Total revenues were up 100.3 million for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2021, compared to 1,356.1 million RMB for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2020. Due to the company's transformation, the inventory owning model, the revenues this quarter and last quarter were recognized on a gross basis. Gross margin was negative 2.5% for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2021, compared with 52.5% for 12 months ending March 31st, 2020. Net loss from continuing operations was 109.4 million or 717 million RMB for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2021, compared with 3,665 million RMB for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2020. Okay, so some important things to consider here. Last quarter, they had their highest net promoter score of 42, which is really good. This quarter it remained the same, which is also a really good thing. It shows consistency of product and service. It wasn't a freak accident last quarter. This is something that really stands for the fact that these consumers are really liking that the service they're getting, the product that they're getting from UXIN, and they're serving them quality product. UXIN is really putting the customers first, and it shows. They're now able to source vehicles from individuals to be sold in their company. And also they opened up their first inspection and reconditioning center to make sure that those vehicles are quality and that net promoter score stays high and keeps the company relevant in that aspect of it. So overall, I believe that this was a solid earnings report for the company. I look forward to seeing what they're doing in future quarters. Now, like I said, I was going to be talking about NIO's July delivery numbers because there are a lot of headlines out there, and it seems to be something that's really concerning across the community of investors. NIO delivered 7,931 vehicles in July, which was a 124.5% increase year over year. The deliveries consisted of 1,702 ES8, 3,669 ES6, and 2,560 EC6. Now, it's interesting because, of course, we expect the ES8 to sell the least, but the ES8 and the ES6 used to sell at a 3-to-1 ratio. Some months the EC6 was even their best-selling vehicle, but the EC6, which has actually been their best-selling product for the most amount of time, if we just add up all the months that it's been on top, and obviously it's been around longer, is again their top-selling product. We see strong sales from all three models, which is good. It's also good that consumers have flexibility and choice throughout the NIO portfolio, for lack of a better term, of vehicles. Cumulatively, they delivered 125,528 vehicles. Now, here's what's concerning here. They sold about 8,083 vehicles in June, so there's a decrease of about 152 cars. Li Auto and XPENG both delivered over 8,000 cars. Now, I'm not too worried, however, because I know that NIO is gearing up for Norway. They recently sent a lot of cars there, and with the chip shortage, they are still likely to be supply constrained. Think about a company like XPENG, who started in Norway way before NIO. I don't think NIO has a problem selling cars at all. I'll just put that out there. But Li Auto delivered the most cars, 8,589, compared to XPENG, who delivered 8,040, and of course NIO's 7,931. So let's talk about that. Li Auto sold the most cars, but they, at this time, to the best of my knowledge, are not delivering cars to Norway. So with their focus being mainly China right now, it's going to look good in situations like this, the short term. But NIO is really playing the long game and well positioned for growth, in my opinion. When the ET7 rolls out, the numbers will speak for themselves, in my opinion, as well. I've always personally said on this channel, before the ET7 ever came out, that a pure electric sedan will be the best, next wave of growth for NIO, just because of the way that pure electric sedans are selling, especially in China. So I'm not worried about this. I think it's just a little bit of a blip. Definitely something that needed to be commented on, and hopefully we do see some more growth in the future, and we see them coming out and ahead of their competitors. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope it was super helpful for you guys. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment down below. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.